Come in. Come in. Bella.
About 40 minutes northeast of Payson, Arizona, you're able to camp right along the edge of the Mogollon Rim. The Mogollon Rim is a vast span of canyon and limestone that spans from just outside of Flagstaff all the way over to New Mexico.
Proceed to the route.
I am.
Free water? Why, yes. Yes, I will.
Often I try to travel with the trailer completely dry so that I get better gas mileage, and I utilize apps like iOverlander and Campendium to find where I can fill up my tanks free.
Yeah, buddy. Free drinking water, so I will fill my tank. And then when it comes time, I can dump my tank. That is not drinking water, so that's to flush the tanks. And then the trash is $6 or $3. So, works for me. Just got done raining and it's 60 degrees.
Finding hidden gems like this camp area is always a plus. I constantly am trying to go down roads I've never been down before anytime I'm in an area, so that way I can mark them and come back to them later. When we were testing out the solar, we were able to get into this area and it was completely packed due to a holiday weekend, but coming back, especially right after a rainstorm, it had cleared out quite a bit.
I realized I never record this part. I always just do it and don't think anything about it. If I can see this over the rocks, I know where my tires are placed. P.S. This road is kind of gnarly, and that's a Honda with low clearance, but so I make marks with stones where I want the back of the trailer to be, and then try to put my leveler, and I already started and I got pretty darn close lined up and then realized I should probably record this, but this is what my view is going to look like from my work window. Alright, so after a little finagling, I got it. And when I say I got it, that means my level across here is perfect. So I don't know if you can see that level, but it is about as good as it's going to get in a site that looks like this. So now, because I have the distribution hitch, I've got to lift up the back of the 4Runner to bring all the tension off these bars. You can kind of hear when it happens. chain get loose. And so then now I'll take these off, and I use this bar right here. I'm gonna pull this pin and then put this here, drop it, and the chains come off. And then I'll put the stabilizers down. I don't want to put the stabilizers down first because it's pitching up like it is, and so sometimes it'll put the back end too low and put too much pressure on the stabilizers. So that's why you wait. Okay, so I pulled the pin out, and I've got the pin up there, and so then this goes on there, this comes down, and then the chain just pulls off and this swings open. And those hurt when they hit your toes, so you got to be careful. So you put that back, and I'll always remember to put the pin back in, so that way you have it for next time. I usually have gloves on and I can do this easier, but at least like that. And then now I'll do the other side. Okay, I just send it way back down and then tap on it with the bar to get it to release the tension, but now I have it up, and so now I can lift and it should come off. If not, I have to shake the hitch, and sometimes I have to stomp on it, although it sounds like it's coming loose. Ooh. Yep, she shifted forward a little bit. So that tells me I need to probably pull the Forerunner up a little bit, because it came forward on, no it didn't actually, but I could stand to pull the Forerunner up a little bit so that way it actually lifts up and off, but I'm gonna try it. Oh, look at that, it came off. I hate this part, it makes me so nervous. I always like to go up even a little bit more to clear it, because if I'm pulling forward in gravel and stuff and the ground goes up, that ball is going to come up and hit that anyway. So I always go a little more than I have to. So now at this point, I am going to put my stabilizers down. I'm going to leave it connected. God forbid anything happen, I want it connected. But I'm going to put the stabilizers down mostly and kind of see where we're at as far as how pitched forward, like this I am, or like this, or like this, or like this. I'm trying to get this thing as level as possible so I don't end up with a headache while I'm sleeping. I'm gonna put that under there. Got another one to go over here. I have two more that are probably buried in there. But let's see. I had to dig them out. Cool. Excited for that. Let's see. So this little adapter makes life so much easier, because normally you have to use this little hand crank right there. Forget it, it takes too long. And so the stabilizers are not meant to actually pitch your trailer right to left. You just want them with a little bit of pressure. You don't want too much pressure on them, because that's not what they're made for. All the moving around I did before
was what that was for. I'll put the keys right here. And I'm gonna unhook my chain. And unhook my safety breakaway for my brakes. Okay, so the chains are off. I'm gonna cover this up. So that's covered with that. And this chain goes clipped onto there. Clipped onto there. I have my lock that I'm gonna put on here in a second. Put that there so it stays there. And so now I'm just gonna unhook my lights. See if I can do this one-handed. So it connects here. And I tuck this back over there so that water doesn't get in it. And so now everything's disconnected and I'm gonna pull forward. This is my view. I'm Bella, just hanging out in here, minding the business, sleeping. Okay, so now I'm free of the Forerunner. That's gonna come off, the bars are gonna come off, those are all gonna be put away and locked away. And then the trailer gets locked up. And I'm gonna put the stairs down. But I wanna show you the view. So here's the ledge that just overlooks everything. So this is called the Mogollon Rim. It's a little windy. It's like 59 degrees, I think. Huge difference from the 106 it was when I left. Look at that. And those low-lying clouds, the low-laying clouds, I should say. How cool is that? Found my gloves. So I'm going to tackle all this, get this cleaned up, and put the rug down and enjoy the cool weather and being able to actually do work outside in this cool weather. I don't know what time it is because my watch died, so there's that. But I'm not complaining. Tomorrow is going to be an amazing work day with this as my view. And I have service here. So I'm able to text and do all the things without even, I'm sending video, all of that, without even hooking up the Starlink yet. I mean, I'm going to, obviously, so that I know for sure for my meetings and stuff that I've got that connection, but so far I didn't even need it. So I'll show you what it looks like once it's done, because it's going to take me a minute to do this. There's a lot of this little flagstone stuff here, but we'll get it worked out. And like I said, with gloves, so hopefully I don't break a nail. Okay, so it's not the prettiest flagstone porch, but it works. Rug is out. I'll put the chairs out eventually. I'm afraid it's gonna rain. I gotta check the weather if it's gonna rain tonight, but now at least I can step there, and it's still a pretty big step, but it's not as bad. And then now I need to
put everything away. And I don't want to get the floors dirty because my shoes are all dirty. I've got grit and grime, and my rug is over there on the stove because I did laundry and I pulled everything and just threw it around. But I think I'm going to use that rug that's under there, so that way I don't get everything dirty. And I'll take my shoes off, bring Bella in here. But before I do that, I want to take that off and lock everything up before it gets too dark. So we've moved on to the headlamp. I guess I can try to make it so you can see, but it's dark and there's still a little bit of light out there. But I've got the rug down, I've got the table up. You can kind of see that. So I've got the table up, and I was worried about breaking a nail. I didn't break a nail. However, I did manage to get myself covered in grease, but the hitch is off. It's in there. The arms are in there. It's off the back of the 4Runner. And I'm going to move the 4Runner so that it's pointed out right here in front, so that I don't have to worry about anybody messing with anything, and it's pointed out the driveway of the campsite, so if there's an emergency, I'm able to just go. Not that you can see it now, but right over there across the way there was a big old deer, and I didn't get a chance to get it on video, but I think it sat down or laid down real quick when it saw my ditch lights, but it's out there and it was moving along. I could hardly hear it over the wind. Of course, now I'm like, is there any more over here? Could be. Could be a pine cone, could be a deer. But